Professor M. Sharma, Professor J.B. Joshi, Shri Umesh Kumar, Shri A.P. Deshpande, Dr. Rupesh Gaikwad, dear students who are present in the hall there, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry that I am not able to be there in person. That was due to some scheduling issues. But at the same time, I am indeed very happy to be able to be a part of this important event. Nehru Science Center has been the main institution in the country, or at least in state of Maharashtra, and NCSM as an organization for the country as a whole, for kind of encouraging children to take interest in science, enable them to experience the wow effect of science, enable them to address their curiosities, and of course, help them understand the key principles behind several scientific phenomena. And if you look at the footfall of young students coming to Nehru Science Center, that itself will tell you how important this activity is and how much interest science students or students at large, from school students, take in understanding science, take interest in satisfying their curiosities with respect to science. So I want to personally compliment Nehru Science Center for engaging with school children over such a long period. I have personally witnessed their engagement with school children, and it is quite different. And I'm sure some of the students who are there must have experienced this, that it is quite different experience to be a part of such a program at Nehru Science Center compared to the experience you go through in your own science classes in your respective schools. And that's because there is that hands-on activity, there is that physically seeing large setups demonstrating the principles of different scientific phenomena. And most importantly, you can explore it yourself. It becomes a very important tool for playing, and you can learn these things while playing with these tools. I would also like to compliment NCSM and more particularly Nehru Science Center for they have been a great collaborator for us at Rajiv Gandhi Science and Technology Center. And I'm very happy that NCSM, they have this national centers, then regional centers. And then, of course, now government has several Atal tinkering labs opened up at several schools in the country. But an intermediate state facility, which is within the reach of school children by way of a short distance travel, and possibility of engaging much the same way as what takes place at Nehru Science Center, was missing. And with the help of Nehru Science Center at RGSTC, we launched a scheme called Science Innovation Activity Centers for Maharashtra. And I think around half a dozen centers are already operational in several districts, 6 districts of Maharashtra, where you have a moderate sized center. The school children come and enjoy similar activities there. And there are mentors, there are school teachers. And of course, when they come, they can come along with their own science teachers and then get into this activity of engagement, hands-on engagement with the principles of science. And I am glad to inform you that in this activity, several institutions, for example, the Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education, for example, the Exploratory in Pune, the Vidnyan Ashram at Pabar, they all play a role. They all play a role in design of these innovation activity centers along with Nehru Science Center. But more importantly, they play a role in terms of the way of engaging these children who come to these centers and also iron out any difficulties which the SICs may have in implementing these centers. And that's an activity which has started only a couple of years ago, but I think it's taking roots and it will grow as we go along. Why I am telling all this to you? And that is because this particular program which we are witnessing today is in fact, the exercise in innovative thinking is the most important aspect of this. You may create hardware, you may create facilities, but the engagement with children in terms of innovative thinking is the most crucial part. That is the element which these institutions have been helping us at SIC, different SICs in different places in the state. And I'm very glad that between Marathi Vidnyan Parishad and Nehru Science Center, we have this program going on. I'm not exactly clear about the specific format in which this program would be taken forward. But whichever way it is, for example, with engagement with children, which the NCSM has been already, or the Nehru Science Center has been doing, I think the scientists from Marathi Vidnyan Parishad can reinforce that activity in a big way. They can also reinforce these activities by taking this discussion to different places other than Nehru Science Center. They can also reinforce these activities by encouraging schools. I know Marathi Vidnyan Parishad has a program, Shanivari Vidnyan Vari, where the volunteers from Marathi Vidnyan Science Parishad, they engage with school children. So these are all very important activities. And as we heard from Professor Joshi, I think this is an area where whatever one does, there will be much more to be done, because it's such a vast challenge that we need to overcome. But it is important because as India is positioned today, we all dream that India would be one of the most important countries of the world. And if you want to do that, then we must identify big problems, carry out innovative work to solve that problem in a manner that impacts the world. And that is what will give India a position among the most advanced countries of the world. And while we do this at one hand, on the other hand, we should also ensure that the empowerment by science of people, of the society, is done in a manner that it doesn't become exploitative, because technology and growth in economy also tends to be exploitative if not done properly. And as Professor Joshi said, this is a problem to be handled by some others. And in the first place, we must generate wealth. But there is this need to bridge the gap between the haves and have-nots right within the country. The people in urban areas and people in rural areas. Those who get access to good quality education and those who don't. Now, you want to bridge these gaps, then you must also identify important problems which will help bridging these gaps. And so just as we must find important problems and solve them to become world leader, we must also identify important problems and solve them to make sure that the disparities in the society are brought down. And I think we must address both these issues together. And for that, I think it's important that we cultivate this habit of looking at the problems and looking at the opportunity in every problem. And then, of course, figuring out ways and means of addressing that problem, addressing that challenge through one's own innovative thinking, application of science and technology, and of course, carrying out network so that all components, all component domains which are required to be brought to bear in taking that innovation to its logical end are available, and we can realize the objectives that we have. So all in all, I think it's very important that Nehru Science Center and Marathi Vidnyan Parishad have launched this program, and my compliments to everybody who has been involved in shaping this program, but more importantly, who will be involved in actually implementing this program, and even more importantly, the students for whom this program is meant for. So good luck to you all. Thank you very much.